Hey everyone, welcome back to another wrestling review. We are going to be touching upon Royal Quest 2, which neither of us watched. Campo, obviously, there's nowhere to watch it.
Doesn't exist.
Doesn't apparently it doesn't exist, and they never fulfilled one of the matches in that card either. But we're also going to be talking about the pay-per-view, I guess, premium live event that happened last week as well with Declaration of Power. We'll be talking about that. With me once again, this guy reviews everything: movies, television, now wrestling. We got Campo.Reviews here with us. His stuff will be down in the bio. Before we get that out of the way, I want to remind you guys, if you like what you see, just make sure you give me a like. It doesn't cost you anything. Just give me a like. It doesn't cost anything.
Subscribe too.
Yeah, if you're not already. I noticed, like, as I was going through my numbers, a lot of people who watch my content now are not subscribed. So if you like it, just do me that small favor. I'm a few away from 250. I really want to get there before the end of the year, and every little bit helps. So with that out of the way, we're here again. Campo, nice Suzuki gun over there. I got Griselda, the Grizzly Gourmet.
And we'll take it.
We'll take it. Spooky season's coming along. You gotta. But
Hey,
yeah,
Minoru Suzuki's pretty scary.
he is kind of. I wouldn't want to run into him in a dark alley. He beat the shit out of me.
Beat the shit out of a few people at once.
Yeah. So we'll talk. We'll go quickly into Royal Quest. Royal Quest 2 was an event that happened in the UK, but it was a UK only pay per view. You could have only watched it if you lived in the UK.
Yeah, so not only could you not purchase it in Canada, you couldn't watch it on
Anything
on
fight.
NJPW World, and you couldn't stream it illegally. It
Not
like,
that
and
we knew that.
I mean that in the sense that we literally tried every possible avenue
We
to
tried the
watch this.
we tried New Japan World, we tried Fight TV, we've tried all the other pay outlets, and when we've exasperated those options, we tried the illegal outlets, and there's nothing.
It does not exist on the internet as far as we can find.
So technically, even though a couple matches that happened that were canon, it's not canon.
Technically not. They didn't even talk about it.
No, because I think they're going to air this on New Japan at a later date because one of the payoffs in one of the matches they don't talk about yet.
You think so?
I think so because the first night you had Gabriel Kidd against Don Maloney, which is a UK. They're both UK based wrestlers. There was a lot of UK based wrestlers in this one. Michael Oku and Ricky Knight Jr. against United Empire, but it was Great O'Con and Gideon Gray in that match. Not even Jeff
Gideon Gray?
Yeah, apparently. You had a tag match between Ava White and Alex Windsor against Jazzy Gabbert and Kanji, a women's tag match. You had Les Ingobernables of Naito, Sonata, and Takahashi go over Suzuki Gun of Zack Sabre Jr., El Desperado, and the guy's name is Dookie, Douki.
He's my favorite guy, the Dukester.
And, team him up with little Dick Togo.
Yeah, the Dookie and Dick to go.
Then you had like chaos of Kazuchika Okada and Ishii against Bad Dude Tito and Zack Knight. Hiroshi Tanahashi and Gorillas of Destiny, Tamatonga, Hikuleo, and Jado, not Tongaloa. He's still not back yet. Go over Bullet Club of Jay White, Carl Anderson, Doc Gallows, and Gato. Dark Gallows.
And the funny part is we will see something similar to this at Declaration of Power, which basically is like, oh, we figured out a better match.
Now, is Carl Anderson still the never open weight champion?
I believe so.
Because if he is, that's going to cause a little bit of
from what I've heard, and I mean, we can always save this for the other episode, but
yeah, tune in tomorrow. There may be another episode.
I do believe that they're still the property of New Japan, and they're just being loaned out to WWE.
Okay.
Because there's no solid confirmation of this yet. I've actually looked into it.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about that in tomorrow's video, guys. So stay tuned for that one tomorrow. We'll talk about that. Then Will Ospreay goes over Umino. And then apparently, from what I've read online, this match was great, which was FTR against Aussie Open. They go over
Aussie. I would imagine.
Yeah, it's FTR though, right? Then on the second night, you had Suzuki Gun of El Desperado and your boy the Dukester again go over Michael Oku and Robbie X. like Lij again, Sonata and Takahashi go over Northwest Strong, which is a UK based tag team. In the first round match of the IWGP Women's Championship match, which they don't even talk about on New Japan right now.
They did it in this event and then never happened again.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on.
They haven't even had another match for that tournament outside of this one match.
Exactly. So this is what I don't. I think they're going to be airing this. I think after was it Autumn? What's it called?
Fight. I don't know.
Autumn something.
Yeah, Autumn fights or fighting autumns.
Then you have Kazuchika Okada going over Bad Dude Tito, which is kind of building up to the match we're going to get at Declaration of Power. And Ishii defeated Yota Tsuji. And then Naito defeated Zack Sabre Jr. in a match to determine the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship #1 contender. So Naito goes over in that, but they don't even make mention of that at Declaration of Power. So I think,
yeah, they do.
Do they?
Yeah, in the group match,
right?
He takes the title from him, and he's like, he won't give it back.
Yeah.
He's like, you fight me next. That's what he kept saying, or something like that.
Okay, so that's the only
Battle Autumn is what it's called.
Battle Autumn, yeah. Which is kind of like,
of course, it's like, you want to know Japanese translated to English. Take like a word that means fighting, and then take what time of the year it is, and just put it together.
And there you go.
Like Karate Autumn, Karate Leafs.
But that's the monthly show, I guess, that's building up to the Battle Autumn finale.
Yeah, so Battle Autumn is pretty good right now, at least in this current situation, because it's having the battle for the TV championship. The tournament is weekly, which we're gonna follow. I will speak for you on this because I'm presuming we're just gonna wait all the way till the end and review
to the end and just
matches.
Cover the whole thing. We're not gonna do like we did with the G1
because
it's not as big as the G1.
It is absolutely not, and it's the lowest tier title they have in the heavyweight division. It's also like 6 matches of nonsense and only 2 real matches on every card. Yeah. So, I mean, we don't really need to do too much.
We'll do what we did kind of like with the last event.
Yeah, we'll wait till the end of it and we'll just review it.
Yeah. So with that out of the way, we're going to go into our slight review of, full-on review.
Yeah, we'll full-on review.
Full-on review of Declaration of Power. The first match on the card, we had David Finlay, Robbie Eagles, Ren Narita go over Suzuki Gun of El Desperado, Kanemaru, and your boy Dookie again.
See, this one for me is like, first of all, this was the least important match on this card. Like when I talk about irrelevant New Japan matches, this was absolutely it. And the fact that they had a young lion in it made it even less enjoyable because Dookie's not super popular.
Nope.
But
yes, I get it. You want to put a big star as your opener too, but I felt like David Finlay was out of place in this match.
Robbie Eagles also very out of place in this match. He might be not at the peak where he used to be, but he's still a top tier junior heavyweight.
Yeah.
And I mean, well, on the other side, you had 2 really good wrestlers as well.
Desperado, yeah.
Yeah, Desperado is like Desperado was in the top tier of the juniors. And
then you have like an former Noah junior champion too in Kanemaru. Kanemaru, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, when you think of it, when you factor in both of those guys, it's like this match just was like, who cares?
Yeah, and I kind of felt bad for Finlay in this match because like
this was a way, though, in my opinion, this was a way. David Finlay's really popular. They had nothing going on for him right now, so they just put him in a match because we'll see. I think it's maybe the next match or the one after with Will Ospreay is the same situation where you have to have him on the card.
Yes, absolutely. That was the 8-man tag match. What I liked about this though were the matches weren't that long.
Yeah, they
were shorter.
Okay. These matches,
even though it was still a 4.5 hour show with a 1 hour tribute to
let's talk about that. That happened right at the start. That was amazing.
It was fantastic.
They did a really good job. The video package was long, way longer than any other company would do, and it worked really well.
But I mean, the man is a legend.
He's yeah.
He is the think about it. He's the founder. He is the founder of New Japan. Okay. New Japan is also in their 50th year, celebrating their 50th year of operation, right? It was only fitting that they were going to do a tribute to him in January anyway at Wrestle
He
Kingdom, right?
he's
So,
like the Ric Flair of Japanese wrestling.
oh yeah.
You
Oh
know,
yeah.
he's like if you had Vince McMahon and Ric Flair and made them one person, well,
That's
that's what he
Inoki.
is.
Yeah, that's exactly who Inoki is. And he was even a politician. The man was a legend. Like,
He fought Ric Flair, he
yes,
fought Sting,
he
he
beat
fought
Hogan.
Vader, he fought Hogan. He's the epitome of Japanese wrestling.
Yeah, and you said you went back and you watched the Inoki Vader match.
He's like 50 something, and those matches are really good. He takes huge bumps.
Yeah,
It's like they always it's that selling point, right? The big
yeah,
gaijin comes over and
destroys.
we're gonna beat the monster,
Yeah,
the
which
kaiju. We gotta
the
beat the kaiju.
the kaiju. That's exactly what he was, Vader, with the big mask and everything.
And that's what Jonah is right now.
Yeah, and I think Jonah's working like I saw some of Jonah when he was in WWE and NXT when he was whatever his name was, something, Australian guy number 7. Um
That's probably what his name was.
but I mean I saw a bit of him, I think, and he was okay, but he's really after the G1, he's really coming to his own.
Yeah, he understands what his role is.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, that Inoki tribute though, that's how you do a tribute right. Like, I mean,
They had
should
all the wrestlers come out.
yeah,
And it's like we talk about this a lot, okay? And yeah, all the major companies, including Impact and Ring of
mhm,
Honor, have huge names.
yeah,
But like when you display the cream of the crop of New Japan, it's just legend, 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 and you're like, holy shit!
yeah.
Like the amount of like star power that
But
they have is
they even
crazy.
in that they still kind of kept a little bit of kayfabe where Jay White is off in the back, but he's still like he's not wearing the red and white New Japan. You know what I mean? Like they still kept like he paid his respects, but they still kept some of that elements of kayfabe there.
And I think that's important.
Yeah, it is. Totally is. Like he's still, he respects Inoki, but he's still the heel. He's still gonna be a dick towards you. Like he's still gonna be, and I think that too, that's what differentiates New Japan with the other Western wrestling organizations. AEW is trying to take a little bit from that, but sometimes they can,
AEW understands Japanese wrestling
yeah,
and
much, much more.
Mexican wrestling.
Yeah,
And it's like Impact is just doing their own thing. Ring of Honor doesn't really have a choice what they do at this point.
yeah.
WWE is just very self-contained.
They're an entertainment company, and they
Like
made that very clear.
very happy with the fact that they brought the Good Brothers.
Yeah,
Unhappy with the fact that you had AJ Styles and Prince Devitt and the Good Brothers in one place and did have not mentioned one time anything about Japanese wrestling
yeah.
or the Bullet
Because
Club
to the
or
WWE,
anything.
that doesn't exist.
It's so stupid to me. You had a chance there to really get fans like maybe I should look at other wrestling. No, don't ever watch anything
No,
else.
no. Well, it's like when Cody made his return. Cody was just gone for 6 years.
Yeah, he took
Nobody
a
knows.
nap. He fell
No,
asleep.
nobody knew where he's. Rip Van Winkle. He slept for 6 years, and then he woke up and decided to come back.
Yeah, well, that's the way she goes. But
He didn't
hey,
start. He didn't start another
and you know
wrestling
what?
company.
WCW was always very mindful of those things.
Yeah,
Even when they were trying to be an enclosed company, they had NWA has always
yeah,
WWF, WWE is the only company that
yeah,
doesn't do that. It's
yeah.
mind boggling.
It is. It is. And there's so much good stuff out there right now that do yourself a favor and just go out and
Go
watch it.
just watch NWA. There was a great match lately. I think it was on Power with Bubba Ray or whatever his name is
Bully
now,
Ray. Yeah,
Bully Ray, where he had no tag team partner.
yeah.
And it was just like this whole thing, and it's fine, man.
Yeah, it is what it is, and we love it for it. But yeah, other than that, like that was a tremendous tribute to Inoki, a great send off to a legend. Like like you said, when WWE, it's like we'll ring the bell 10 times, show their image up on screen, and that's
I
it.
mean, okay, I've watched a lot of their reviews because you always have those moments where like, let me watch something sad and have like a feel good moment.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the Dusty Rhodes one always does it for me. But
Yeah,
like
that one
nothing they've ever done before or after that has been even remotely as impactful as that
they
Dusty Rhodes
didn't
one.
they didn't do that for Savage, who they should have.
Yeah, well,
They didn't they didn't do that for Piper. They just
I
said
mean,
Roddy
there
Piper.
are those like small moments of things that they did right, but it's like the Dusty
Okay,
Road
but
ones. It's just because his history, like the clips you're able to assemble from what he's done.
yeah,
His speech was always so impactful. Everything he says. So all you have to
yeah,
do is get a
a
feel good
couple
song to
promos.
put
Yeah,
behind it, and put when they did that.
yeah,
The hard times, just put hard times over
yeah.
top of it and like, give him his little clips, and it's
But
like okay.
even when AEW did the tribute to Brody Lee, that was so much better than any other company has done. North American Western companies, I should
And
say.
let's be real, like this is no disrespect. Who's Brody Lee? Like, I don't mean that disrespectfully
No, but
because
it's
he
true
died,
though.
but it's like he was not even a top tier
He was
name,
a upper
and
mid tier, but yeah,
they still gave him a great send off, and I think
yeah,
that was important.
yeah. And if they can you imagine if they do that for someone like Brody Lee, what would they do for someone like I mean,
Even
Dutch
Ravens Hall of Fame thing at Impact
was much better.
was so good.
Yeah,
And it's like WWE's Hall of Fame thing was like embarrassing this year,
yeah,
especially because at no point during the Vader thing did they go, it's time, it's Vader time, or anything. The crowd didn't react like that at
it
all.
was a
And to
missed
me,
opportunity.
I was like, yeah, and you let Undertaker talk for 40 years. Okay, great. It's Undertaker. I understand. But it's like the rest of the class was pretty decent.
Yeah, I wonder what they're gonna do, and which begs the question what they're gonna do this year now.
Who's the inductees this
They
year?
haven't mentioned it yet. They
Okay.
usually
Well,
mention it.
we're way off.
Yeah, off
Uh,
topic. This is for another episode, but yeah. So I mean, it was for what it was. It was a 7.5 minute match. It was fine, you know. But next we had the next match on the card was the Dangerous Techers, which is Tai Chi and Zack Sabre Jr. against TMDK, which is Shane Haste and Bad Dude Tito.
so on one side of this, you have a very appealing tag team. On the other side of this, you have Bad Dude Tito and
Tito.
some other guy.
Shane Haste, when he was with the other guy, when they were the original TMDK, they were good. And they were
Just
TM60.
I don't care about this.
No.
Bad Dude Tito was a glorified manager.
Yeah. We did get the return of Miho.
Okay. I mean, those are always good.
Yeah. But yeah, it was, again, it was, we need to put Zack Sabre Jr. somewhere. He lost the match against Tetsuya Naito, so let's put him in a tag match. Because
Hey,
we
but
need to.
Naito won.
Yes. We need to fill the card. 10-minute match didn't go on very long either. The Dangerous Techers go over.
This is something that, like I said, it's very common with New Japan on pay-per-view or premium live events, whatever they should be, where half of the card is filled with we need to fill a card matches, even though they already have so many matches on the card. Where it's like WWE, like I understand their whole 5 matches things. Yes, I want like 8, but I get it.
Yeah.
And even in AEW, every match that you see is either something the crowd generally is desperate to watch or part of a storyline.
Yeah.
New Japan's like, here's 6 matches you don't care about.
But the thing is, it's not just 6 matches. Here's an 8-man tag.
Yeah,
that,
it's
because we got to get
3-on-3, 4-on-4, and it's just to get as many of the names into the event as possible
to get a payday for them. Yeah. But yeah, which case in point is the next one. You had Hiroshi Tanahashi, Hikuleo, and Ryusuke Taguchi against the House of Torture of Evil, Takahashi, and Sho.
Okay, but listen, the entrance by trying to get Taguchi and
yes,
Tanahashi over the ropes when they were trying to climb up, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Anything with the House of Torture too is a fun match.
Yeah. And of course, Sho brought out the wrench,
Of course he did, and he clocked him real good.
Yeah, he hit him good.
There was a selling of that.
Yeah, and then Taguchi's like, "What'd I do? Did I win?" Like,
this is a thing though, right? It's like okay, do you want to prove that Hikuleo is now a good guy? What do? You put him with Tanahashi because Tanahashi will never be on a bad guys team.
Nope.
It's a smart move by New Japan.
Same thing with Taguchi. Taguchi will
And
never
that's
be a
why they
heel.
did it. That's the whole sole purpose of this. But now it leads you to believe, because especially when we saw what happened on the Royal Quest, well, we didn't
Mm-hmm.
see it, but it seems like there's a team forming with Jado,
Hikaleo,
Hikuleo,
Tom,
Tamatonga, Tongaloa,
the
Tanahashi,
gorilla.
and
They're bringing,
Taguchi.
yeah, they're gonna
So
bring the Gorillas of Destiny kind of form their own
mixing with
stable.
the side people from Chaos, because they're
Yeah,
kind of in Chaos, but they're
but
not
they're not part
really.
of Chaos. Yeah, they're gonna form their own splinter group, right?
And I think that's smart because they're right now trying to stop Bullet Club. And
Yeah,
like Chaos and the LIJ are doing their own thing. So it's like they don't have those stables to go against Bullet Club. So you're like making one right now. And it doesn't hurt to add two legends in your thing.
yeah, exactly.
So
So I mean this was a fun match. It was a short match as well. It was only 7 minutes long too. So it was fun. Like I mean, like I said, you had the spot with Show with the wrench and Taguchi, but Taguchi still gets the pin.
Show is far too good of a wrestler to be constantly caught up in the nonsense that he's in. It's
Yeah,
fun. I like it, but he needs time to like do his thing because he's really good.
yeah, he is, and yeah, he's got to break away from the House of Torture and do his. I mean, even if you keep him in the House of
Yeah,
Torture, he's
just
got
make
it.
him wrestle solo. Like
Yeah,
let him go for the title.
yeah. Which yeah, there was only what one. There wasn't even a. There was just one title match on the card, wasn't there? Yeah, only one title match. So more belts, more belts.
More belts. Well,
Next
we got it.
next you have the original tag team of United Empire of Great O'Khan and Jeff Cobb against Bishamon of Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi.
Fun match.
It was a great match. It was a great match.
Was
But they're
not expecting Bishamon
no,
to
no,
lose.
no. But they are still the open trios, aren't they?
No.
No, they lost that, right?
House of Torture.
House of Torture, now the trios. That's right. That's right. Which Hikuleo and Taguchi beat them now. So there you go. That could set up a
This could be a thing.
yeah,
There's things brewing.
yeah. So yeah, but you're right though. Like Bishamon, after you're right, after losing the belts, they're kind of on a losing streak
And
now.
it's weird because you really pushed Yoshihashi.
And Hiroki Goto.
But we knew Goto's a legend on his own.
Yeah.
But you took Yoshihashi from this like haha joking kind of place where Show is, and
Elevated him.
you elevated him into G1, and now you just put him right back into like the dum dum zone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially with the whole stick thing at the beginning of the match, they were
Yeah.
trying to trade that went on really long.
Yeah. Yeah. That went a little too long. My stick is bigger than yours, kind of thing. Let's trade stick. Like, let's leave the silliness for the silly characters.
Yeah,
like you said, you just got Yoshihashi out of that hole, and now you're gonna put him back in there.
you just put him right back in, and I don't know. To me, this is a bad loss for Goto, especially.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good win for Khan and Cobb because that puts him back in the tag team title.
Yeah,
pictures.
because they really got knocked out when FTR won. They got knocked down, not just a peg. They got knocked down to like the bottom of.
They got
like,
knocked off the ladder.
yeah, completely.
Well, I mean, yeah, like right now, there's no tag team on the level of FTR. So when FTR came in and rustled circles around them,
And it's funny because they preached them like they were so good, and we watched them. And okay, Jeff Cobb is really good.
he is.
And O'Khan is growing on me, but he's
As a character, yes. Who
they're
did he
still
save this
not
time?
an elite tag team. Yeah, like he just walks around the city and saves people. Like, come on.
Yeah, even though you would expect him to be a heel.
Hey, he's a good heel.
And his entrance is always fun.
But you know what's funny? That's like how United Empire is. They're heels, but they're not bad guys.
Just jerks.
Yeah, they're just jerks.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a fun match. I didn't mind this at all. Other than the
it was a good tag
loss.
team match. It was a good tag team match.
Next you have LIJ of Naito, Sonata, Bushi, and Hiromu Takahashi against again United Empire of Will Ospreay, Hanare, TJP, Francesco Akira with Gideon Gray at the ringside.
Okay, number one, there was a lot of fun moments with Kevin Kelly here.
Mm-hmm.
There's also, like I said, I really like Rocky Romero on the
On
thing.
commentary, yeah,
There was
Rocky
the whole
Romero was
situation with his monitor broke,
yes.
and he was like,
Can I use yours?
they're like, Chris, give me your monitor. The producers are telling me to give me your monitor.
Yeah,
You and Rocky can
to
share a
share it.
monitor. That was so funny. Something always happens to Kevin Kelly's monitor.
Yeah,
But there was, first of all, the LIJ team that was just standing there has
yeah,
so much star power. Like, it's absolutely crazy.
yeah,
Crazy. There was too many people in this, and it got
yeah.
weird. 4-on-4
But
doesn't work
and this
for
is the
me.
thing, they didn't make reference to Naito winning at Royal Quest.
They don't, but they mentioned that Naito is gonna face Will
A
Ospreay.
spray. Okay.
And you see it in the match, he takes the championship from
Yeah,
him, and he keeps pretending to give it at the end.
that's right. That was at the end of this match. It kind of hinted. I thought this is where they were going to do that match.
No, you drag it out a bit. Drag it
Drag it
out a
out a
bit.
bit. Okay.
Drag it out a bit.
Okay. But yeah, at the end of the match, Naito takes the belt, kind of does the haha, it's mine now kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think that's become the running joke with Osprey now. Somebody always steals the belt from him.
Yeah. And I mean, the dude's a hell of a wrestler.
Yeah, that man is going to be a
Those
legend.
everyone on their team is really good. Aaron Hanare is really good.
Yeah, he's a good young guy.
Those
Like
other two idiots are really good.
TJP's always been good though. Like
Yeah.
he's been around for a while. That
And
guy.
then Akira.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Italian first name, Japanese last.
It's smart.
Yeah,
Do you want to be relevant in Japan?
yeah. But even on the LIJ team, like just Sonata, the other Takahashi,
You have
and
Takahashi and Naito. That's all you had to say.
yeah, that's it, right? It was a really good match.
They
Like it
even
was,
mentioned it at one point. It's well during the next match.
yeah,
But Ishimori,
yes, which is
Takahashi, and Desperado are like
mhm,
far and away
on the
the
junior division.
junior division, the top tier, and maybe
Yeah,
Kushida, but he's always injured or something.
and he's
So
not technically under contract to New Japan. He's technically under contract to Impact, isn't he?
but I think they have
Like
an
a working.
agreement, a
Okay.
working agreement. But it's smart you do that
Yeah.
because now he can get paid the money that he deserves, and he can still be a piece in Impact's lineup.
Yeah.
You don't lose. You don't lose like that, right?
Everybody wins in that situation. I think now, like you said too, with Vince gone, Triple H is starting to see that a little bit, and that's why he kind of brought the Good Brothers
I
back
think
too.
that has to be why. So, like, we don't have full information still on that yet, but as
Yeah.
far as I can tell, they're still under contract. New Japan, okay, so they left Impact and
Yeah.
signed in New Japan, and then now they're being loaned out to WWE.
Because New Japan, there's just too much going on right now that there's no space for them, basically.
At this point, you don't need them.
Yeah.
They don't bring anything to you.
So LIJ goes over, he steals the belt at the end. Haha. You're next, I'm next kind of thing. And but yeah, it was a good match. It was short though, 8 minutes. It was really short.
I'm not complaining
No, because this show how did this show go 4.5 hours then?
because the last three matches or two matches or the last three matches are all long.
True, good point. And there's a lot of in between matches and a lot of
Anoki thing was really long, and they displayed the title, the TV title, the NJPW World title. That took a while.
But next, speaking of the aforementioned Ishimori against Master Wato.
Really good match.
Yes, it was. This was that culmination of they've been kind of feuding for a little bit too.
Wato's trying to prove that he's worth being in the title picture. He belongs without in the title Taguchi. Picture. Yeah. And it was a good match, and he beat him, and he earned the rights to challenge for the title now. So
yeah, because Ishimori's still champ.
Yeah, this was a right to challenge match.
Yeah, right to challenge match. Yeah.
Which is a thing in New Japan.
Yeah, there should be a thing. You beat the champion, you should be first in line to.
But yeah, Ishimori's a really special wrestler.
Yeah, he's good. He's probably one of the top.
He's gonna end up being in the upper echelon of greatest junior of all time. All time.
Like, I mean, even in Noah, like he's
an absolute beast too.
Yeah. I mean, he's been around too. He's not a spring chicken no more, right?
No, but he's still like he has in Japanese wrestling
He's still
terms.
got about a
He's
good
got
six. Yeah, he's
he's
only
got
39. He's a young
yeah
lion compared to
he's
some.
got 6 years of being a contender left, and then another 10 years of being relevant if he
Yeah,
stays healthy.
yeah, I could see him going down that route. Yeah. Up next you have the Shingo Takagi against El Phantasmo in a Who's Your
Oh,
Daddy match.
give me this match 95 times out of 10.
Like El Phantasmo, since we started watching the G1, every time I see El Phantasmo, he grows more and more on me. Like I enjoy watching.
It's the
He knows
character.
he knows how to blend comedy, but also is really good in the ring.
He's very Chris Jericho like.
Early Chris Jericho,
Like he just
yes.
has this character, and he's not gonna shy away from that. He's gonna stay that character all the way through.
Yeah, this was also whoever won this match also won the provisional KOPW championship, the little trophy that they carry around,
That looks like a piece of plastic spray painted gold.
like the one Bully Ray won at the.
That one looks better than the KOPW.
But yeah, but the thing is, it was if you win it, you have to defend it kind of throughout the year, and whoever has it at the end of the year, what is it? I
Is
don't
that wins the title of King of Professional Wrestling.
wrestling for the year. Yeah. So right now, so basically, Takagi goes over, so Phantasmo was forced to call him his daddy, which was hilarious. But yeah, so if Phantasmo went over, he would have won the trophy. The trophy would have, and then at the end, can you imagine?
I'm just remembering the part where he's like, say it,
Say,
say it.
I'm your daddy.
Oh my god. He's so like underratedly funny.
Shingo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's because he comes off so serious when he does comedy, you're like, this is hilarious.
It's like, oh, who was it that was good like that? Regal used to be good at that.
Yeah, Regal was really good at that.
Like whenever when he used to have those scenes with Tajiri, he'd be the straight man to Tajiri, like, and he'd always end up getting foiled for it. And that's fun. And you don't have enough of those characters like that. Kevin Owens can do that sometimes too. He can play that serious
Kevin
character.
Owens can do it.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and he can throw in that comedy, like the whole feud he had with Ezekiel / Elias, and like as stupid as that feud was, Owens was the only he would be the only one that can make that feud work.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
was
it's
funny.
literally the same guy.
How does nobody see this? It was the same guy.
It really was. I still love like when they would do all the family pictures, and it's like,
It's like CGI'd in.
but off topic. Yeah, this was another. Give me this match any day of the week. Like Shingo is such an underrated.
These were two like legit banger matches back to back. This
Yeah,
this match was really good. Like
yeah.
really good.
Like it had technical aspects. It had Shingo even won by submission. It had aerial because El Phantasmo is a great flyer. Like it's
And it got into that territory of the New Japan stuff that I like, where at the end of the match it was just like bang, 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 like
one thing after
everything.
the other.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it was like, oh, you can't even like focus because so much stuff is happening.
yeah. It was a good match, really good match. And Takagi goes over, so Phantasmo had to refer to Shingo as his daddy.
Rightfully so.
That's
If
the way.
Shingo should not have lost this match under
No,
any circumstance.
no, no, not at all, not at all. And the hurt doesn't the loss doesn't hurt Phantasmo
No,
either.
I don't think anything hurts Phantasmo
No, not
as a
right now.
character.
Not right now. Up next you have I guess you can call it the co-main event, which was Kazuchika Okada in their
Oh,
feud
I
blow
forgot.
off.
So there's 4 good matches in a row. This match was
Yes,
really good too.
yes. Which was Kazuchika Okada against Jonah. If Jonah were to win this match, he'd be inserted into a triple threat match at Wrestle Kingdom for the IWGP Heavyweight
Which
Championship.
we
Works
spoilers knew was not going to
not going to
happen.
happen. Yeah.
But
It still was a fantastic match.
they
Jonah held his own in this match.
Jonah looked unbeatable, which is what they wanted. And for once, Okada bared down and stopped with the. Well, he did still try to do the
Yeah, the
power
body
slam,
slam. Yeah,
whatever body slam, but he got when he put on his offense like halfway into the match,
Mm-hmm.
he really threw a beat down to Jonah. Like he was laying it thick.
And you just elevated Jonah to the level of like when Vader came to New Japan, or when Brock Lesnar came to New Japan, or when someone like Kurt Angle came to New Japan. You have this Westerner that's like this unbeatable monster that was basically they slayed the dragon with Kazuchika Okada beating Jonah. Like this unbeatable Western, even though he's from New Zealand, he's just, a couple hours flight away. But
He's a gaijin, even though
yeah,
he's not, but he is.
yeah. But yeah, like it told a fantastic, like, this is one of those rare instances that it was telling this, it's the seeds were planted in G1 and it's been telling that story ever since. And this was the culmination of that story. And not only did the storytelling in the ring work, the outside of the ring storytelling also worked. And it's one of those rare instances that it worked in both.
It's one of those rare New Japan instances when there even is a story outside of the ring.
Yeah, because the first, like, I would say the first 5 matches, maybe 4, because the 5th match was Naito and Osprey in a 8-man tag. But the first 4 matches had no story to it. It's just matches for the sake of matches.
Even
Right?
the Watto match didn't really have a story. It was just him
Well, no,
himself.
but Watto would, if he won a
Yeah,
title shot.
I get it, but like there was no like lead up to this. It wasn't like they have beef together. He was just trying to prove himself
Yeah, but
and
that
get through
itself
it.
is a story too.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, yeah, and Kazuchika comes out strong. He beats, he pins
Body
Jonah
slammed him twice.
twice. Yes,
And
yes,
he hit him with a rainmaker that was like devastating, but obviously
yeah,
he wasn't going to flip.
yeah. Obviously not, but I like the little camera shakes every time he got slammed. Like it was a great visual experience in that match too. And I'm surprised. Like, I'll be honest, I did not expect Jonah to go 20 minutes with Okada.
No, this was his longest match. They said I think before that it was like 14 minutes.
Yeah, and yeah, and like I really look forward to what they're gonna do next with Jonah,
Yeah,
because I don't know where they're gonna go with him now. Like, this feud is over,
yeah, and
clearly.
there's no one really like him, not in New Japan.
No,
So it's hard. You can't have like a battle of the monsters really, unless
unless,
you bring Lance Archer back over.
yeah, but then again, we already saw that match.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they
Yeah,
could do.
but yeah. On to the main event of the night. Super long match, 31 minutes, short by New Japan standards, but it was still a long match because we were already at this point, we've already been watching 4 hours of New Japan, which was the main event of Jay White versus Tama Tonga for the championship. Jado versus Gato once again. Um, the story behind this was Jay White went undefeated in the G1 and lost on the final night in the final match when he lost to Tama Tonga, who went on to win the group when Jay White. So by that point, because he beat the champion, we called it that night too that they were going to do this. We just didn't know when, but
Yeah.
we
Well, they
called it.
also had a tag match recently.
Mm-hmm.
With the last thing we talked about, I don't remember what it was.
Yeah,
But yeah, this was
it was the culmination of it was that month long Burning Spirit.
yeah, Burning Spirit.
Yeah,
This was a good match.
yeah, it was like even though the show at this point we were like tired, it was late. It was, well, not really late because it airs at 2 o'clock in the morning here,
But
but
this
like,
is like what you wait for.
yeah,
New Japan is like opposite. A lot of other shows they have like a banger start off to get you interested, and then it kind of dies off and then picks back up. New Japan's like, here's a couple matches, you could watch them or don't even pay attention, it doesn't matter. And then but
yeah,
when the 4 main card matches come on, you're all in on those matches.
exactly.
So to me, I didn't care how long it was, I didn't care how long I'd been there. This is what I've been waiting
Yeah,
for. And it
some
was
of those
really
opening
good.
matches felt longer than say the Okada Jonah match.
They did actually. Like when you were telling the times, I was like, "There's no way." They felt like they were forever.
Yeah,
But yeah, this Jay White is the best heel in wrestling,
yeah.
probably.
I think he's getting close to Omega level.
Yeah, and you hear him.
Yeah.
New
He's
Japan, you
very
hear
vocal.
everything he says.
He's very vocal in the ring.
I love it when he's like, he's telling them to talk. No one wants to talk. So he
Yeah.
takes the ring apron. He's like, wear your mask. Everybody put your mask on. And he's like strangling him with the thing. And then he's like, young boys, put this back on. And he just walks away from the thing. It's like,
Yeah.
there's so much healing happening with him.
Yeah. And he really knows how to play he knows that the crowd can't cheer, can't speak because of the restrictions that they still have over there. So he does it on purpose to instigate it.
And
And
it's so smart.
it's so effective too. Like, and
They're
then
just such
on
good
top of his
heels.
ring work, because
Yeah,
his ring work is
he's one of the
fantastic.
best wrestlers right now, period.
Yeah.
There was a point where he did something that was like stupid, like illegal,
Mm-hmm.
and Kevin Kelly's like, that's you can't do that, that's wrong. And Gato's like, that's very nice. He's like, that is not nice, Gato.
That is very nice. Yeah, that sounds like something Gato would say too.
It's so funny just to hear Kevin Kelly talk to the heels. Like
Yeah.
he loves there's such a smart play there. And
Yeah.
I've never listened to the Japanese announcing outside of the like when they didn't have the English announce team, but I don't remember them interacting with people like that.
No, they don't. They don't. Unless one of the commentators on the Japanese is currently in a feud with one of the wrestlers, they really don't have
Well,
that.
it's either like Jushin Liger
Yeah.
or Makabe or whatever.
Or what's his name too? Tenzan, Hiroshi
Yeah,
Tenzan.
it's usually one of those three that are on their announce team.
Yeah. And Makabe, I haven't seen Makabe wrestle in a long time.
I mean, he was never a very good.
Wrestler to be honest.
Yeah,
I
he's like you throw him in the matches because of his name. Like he does, his name carries weight.
yeah. He's in that hilarious commercial with Tanahashi for
The app that I play.
yes.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah, and because I've only seen that commercial how many times now watching New Japan shows?
And G1, it was every episode
Yeah,
in the
for sure.
intermission because they have
Yeah,
intermission in Japanese wrestling.
yes. Yeah, during the G1 they had the filler matches, the intermission, and then the block matches.
It was like that in this. Before
Yeah.
the four main matches, they had
an intermission as well.
It's like they're telling you these are the matches that don't matter. You can show
Yeah.
up late because you don't even need to watch these.
No. You can watch them if you want to have some fun. They'll be there. You can watch them at a later date, but you know. But I know. But
It's
yeah,
this goddamn blue light.
yes, it's too calming, right? That's why green wakes you up. But yeah, other than that, like I mean, it was another fantastic main event. It was another fantastic show by New Japan. Like the length was a little too much, but other than that, I didn't really see too much wrong with it. After the match though, Jay White's promo. Can we talk about that? That was holy shit. Like this guy, like the passion in his voice when he was talking, like Tama, like he's calling out Tama Tonga. And I think that's why you said there's going to be something with a splinter group forming to go against Bullet Club. I think Bullet Club may be nearing its end.
I think they're gonna plan for like that group that you're like that I said is
Mm-hmm.
gonna come in. There's gonna be a bunch of matches. It's gonna go for like a year. The blow off is gonna be that they disband Bullet Club. And then what's going to happen is give it like a couple months or a year down the line, a new Bullet Club is going to form.
Yeah.
Where they're going to, like, we are the true Bullet Club. You know what I mean? Like something like that.
Like the elite kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that just proves Jay White. If you haven't seen it, go watch that promo after the match. Like that just shows how good of a heel, like, Jay White is. Like the passion that he displays in his voice when he's like yelling at the camera, like it was something else.
And then Okada came out.
Yeah. Oh, it was
Okada's really big. Like you forget how big he is.
Yeah, he's tall for like he's like 6 something, isn't he? 6'1"?
I think he's like 6'4".
Yeah. Oh shit. He's huge then. But yeah, all in all, fun New Japan show. I enjoyed it. Like you said, you can skip the first half of the show and watch the main card, or you can watch the whole thing. Like
they still weren't bad matches.
No,
they like weren't. Normally I would sit here and tell you that all the early matches were trash, but no, yeah. they were
all
pretty good,
decent matches. Yeah, What would you rate this one?
7.5.
Yeah, I'm in about the same thing. 4.5 hours is a bit too much. I went a little lower with you. I went 7.4.
I mean, that's same thing.
Yeah,
Same.
same. But yeah, I mean, it was another great showing by New Japan. It was another it's
It's
sold
all been uphill after Dominion.
yeah,
So
yeah, it sowed a lot of seeds for future events. Like it's going places. I'm interested to see. I think the next major event is Rumble on 44th Street that they're having,
yeah. And
and then the Battle Autumn at the end of October.
that's good. More belts. It's
Yes,
all things that are important.
yeah, and yeah. So and then when are they gonna introduce more? They haven't announced any other cards. I know Rumble on 44th Street. It's this is interesting. They got two matches so far for it on Rumble on 44th Street. You got a rematch of Shingo and El Fantasmo for the KOPW trophy.
What's left of it.
Yeah. And you have Okada and Eddie Kingston against Jay White and Juice Robinson in a tag match.
There you go. Now you got me.
Like Okada and Kingston.
Yeah, that's a weird combo, but like
But I mean, it's in New
anywhere you put
York.
Juice, I'm there.
Yeah.
Which I'm really hoping he signs to Impact. I
Yeah.
mean, I would love him obviously in AEW, but like it brings a lot to the Impact roster. You got Bobby Fish and Juice Robinson.
Yeah.
Okay, well let's save that for
Let's save
the
that for the
let's
next
save.
one. But yeah, so tune in tomorrow. It's gonna be another little, I guess tomorrow we're gonna
We're
have like
gonna
a
talk
little,
about wrestling.
just like a little roundtable discussion like we did a few months ago, and talk about what's been going on in the last month in wrestling. So tune in tomorrow for that.
It's more like a rectangle table,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a Bruce Wayne table,
A
past the
Bruce
salt.
Pass the salt, if anybody guessed that's reference. So with that out of the way, guys, thanks again for joining us. Stay tuned for tomorrow's episode. And other than that, we'll see you all next time.